Offset and Cardi B's drama has gone too far.
You've gone too far. You've gone too far and you should hang your head in shame.
It's getting out of hand and crossing certain lines. Quavo is not having it. He blasted them for using his nephew's name, Takeoff. As some of you already know, Takeoff, Offset, and Quavo were part of the boy rapper band called Migos. And sadly, I don't remember the year when Takeoff died, 2-3 years ago in Houston. He was shot, unfortunately. May his soul rest in peace. Now you're having this fight back and forth between Cardi B and Offset, and then them bringing up Takeoff's name. And them, I mean the mess that is Cardi B's fans, Offset's fans, bringing in Takeoff's name. So, as you guys know, is it the beginning of this month or end of last month, people noticed that Cardi B and Offset were no longer following each other on Instagram. We didn't know why. Then last week, Blueface accuses his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, Chrisean, of sleeping with Cardi B's husband, Offset. Then people are like, oh my God. So this is why Cardi B unfollowed her husband, Offset. Both Offset and Chrisean denied the allegation. According to Chrisean, I actually have a video on this, like the whole entire mess between Blueface, Offset, and Chrisean. But the responses from Chrisean and Offset were, Chrisean said, I didn't. In fact, let me not forget. Blueface was upset that his ex-girlfriend that he claims not to care for anymore covered up the tattoo she had of him on his neck. So she triggered something in him. He decided, I'm going to expose that you are sleeping with other people's husbands, namely Cardi B's husband, right? So then Chrisean says, no, that's not the reason why I covered up the tattoo. I covered up the tattoo because you're gay. Basically, she was accusing him of being gay. And then Offset says, I have never talked to or even touched that woman. All right. But then the internet is like, oh my God. Most of the people did not believe Blueface, right? He's just reactive. He was hurt. He's heard that Chrisean has a new boyfriend. Blueface was basically just throwing tantrums online. Okay, fine. Not long after those accusations, Cardi B comes out and informs us that she and Offset have been separated for some time. She's been single for some time. She goes on to say that she doesn't believe what Blueface is saying, that Offset slept with Chrisean, but even if it were true, she didn't care enough to find out. Basically, she's saying, look here, I'm a single woman, so he can do him and I would do me. Okay, so she was saying, I don't care what he does. He's no longer my man. All right, fine. What surprised me is Offset may have denied the allegations, but he was not really mad. Like, that's a big thing for someone to put on you, especially when you're somebody else's spouse. And he's just like, whatever, I didn't do it, and he moved on. So here we are. We get confirmation from Cardi B that she and Offset have separated, all right? And we're not sure, but most of us don't believe the allegations from Blueface, right? And then last week, there was a listening party in Miami for Kanye's upcoming album. Side note.
You've gone too far. You've gone too far and you should hang your head in shame.
Kanye is going off again. And anyway, have you guys noticed that whenever these celebrities have an upcoming project, it be a song, a product, a movie, especially in the music industry, they like to start drama. So their name starts trending so that when they drop their new project, people buy it. It's always the same thing time and time again. Kanye has been quiet with his new crazy wife, right? Suddenly, last week, Kanye reappears on Instagram, starts going off on Nicki Minaj, going off on Jay-Z, and once again complaining about not having enough time with Northwest. Why? Because Kanye has an album coming up, and Kanye has a new shoe line, and some of the shoes are costing $200. So what does he do? He makes noise so that he trends. Now keep that thought. Some people believe this fight or alleged divorce between Cardi B and Offset is just a publicity stunt to help Offset with album sales. This always happens. Now, we don't know if it's a publicity stunt or not. But then, last week, going back to Offset, he's in Miami, goes to Kanye's listening party, then celebrates his birthday in Miami, and there is Jade. Allegedly, right? The rumor goes out that Jade was at Offset's birthday. So Cardi B gets mad. Well, this Jade woman was somebody Offset used to mess with some time ago in the early stages of Offset and Cardi B's relationship. It was so bad. Cardi B was so jealous. She sent some goons to fight Jade and her sister. New York pressed charges on Cardi B. She eventually pled guilty and did some community time. Okay? She went to court and she pled guilty and was given community time, all because of a guy who has cheated on you not once, not twice, right? And what was so sad is Offset was no sure to support his wife. And I'm not saying support his wife like it was right for her to send people to beat up the girl, but this is your wife going to court. You at least stand by her. He was no sure, like he didn't even care. Now we know that Offset is a cheater. He hasn't been faithful to Cardi B in their marriage. Unfortunately, right? So anyway, Offset is in Miami having fun and people are saying Jade is there. You can imagine how Cardi B feels. She's like, wait a minute. I know we are separated, but you don't go to the girl that I pled guilty over. So the next day, Cardi B, I think later on that day, Cardi B goes off on the internet on Offset, directly addresses him in her tweets. She goes off on him. You can hear and feel Cardi B's pain. You can hear the hurt in her voice. You can tell the woman has been crying, and she brings it to the internet. I mean, there's no secret in their marriage. It always comes to the internet. Eventually, it comes to the internet.
And I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of this.
What's up with that?
So then Cardi B's fans get upset at Offset. They start attacking Offset because he's making Cardi B cry. So they attack Offset. Now, 1 or 2 tweets mention Takeoff, which makes no sense whatsoever. One of them says F Migos, F Offset, and F Takeoff, right? But not too many people do that. So then Offset, because he's getting this hate and anger from Cardi B's fans, decides to cherry pick some of those tweets and focuses in on just like the 1, 2, or 3 tweets that mentions Takeoff's name and says, fans wishing death on Takeoff is crazy. Your little A better chill. Talking to Cardi B's fans. But then he comes back, because nobody wished death Takeoff. Then he comes back and says, correction. Fans using Takeoff's name in the middle of all of this isn't cool. I'm still grieving my brother and would like for his name not to be brought up. Which is true, it is nasty. But the fact that you focused on 2, 3 tweets to bring up Takeoff's name in your mess says a lot about you, right? You're trying to get the hit off of you and trying to put it on Cardi B, like, look at your people, look at your fans. They're now talking about Takeoff. And actually, those tweets didn't even wish death on Takeoff, because how do you wish death on somebody who's already dead? So Quavo was not having this. Like, dude, you're not gonna do this to my nephew. By the way, Takeoff and Quavo Quavo is Takeoff's uncle, which means Takeoff is Quavo's nephew. So Quavo calls out Offset and say, leave Takeoff's name out of your mouth. Leave Takeoff's name out of this soap opera drama. He's basically calling their whole drama, this divorce thing, as a publicity stunt for album sales. And he's basically calling out Offset, like, you know, I know what you're doing. You guys do this all the time, but please leave Takeoff's name out of this. It is so unnecessary. You want to sell your records? Go ahead and do what you have to do without bringing in Takeoff. And I think he's absolutely right for blasting Offset. It's like, make sales at any cost. Let the guy rest in peace. And here's something to think about. Is this a coincidence that when Nicki dropped her album Pink Friday 2, somehow Cardi B has drama? And Cardi B said that she and Offset had been separated for a minute now, and somehow she conveniently forgot to tell her fans. And I say that because, as you've seen lately, Cardi B brings everything to the internet. I am in agreement with some people who believe this drama is strategic, intentional. That's why, for me, I'm not gonna believe that Cardi B is leaving Offset until that divorce is finalized. Not when she files for divorce, but when she gets a divorce certificate or whatever you call it, decree. Until then, this is just to take attention away from her enemy, Nicki. My opinion, no facts, just my opinion. What do you guys think?